Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. The Las Vegas Aces are in the WNBA Finals after a terrific WNBA season. In this video, we're going to dive into their defense that is top of the WNBA and one of the best in all of professional basketball. Here are their numbers. They had a defensive rating of 99.2. They held opponents to 80.3 points per game. They were playmakers with both top 5 steals and blocks in the W. They held teams to low shooting percentages, they forced turnovers, they rebounded really well, and didn't foul. So now let's dive into the film and see what make the Aces one of the best defenses in pro basketball. To start, we got to talk about the foundation and principles that make this defense so elite. The way that they pressure the ball, first and foremost, and secondly, the way that they're able to protect the paint behind the pressure are what make them so good. To look at this first clip here, we're going to slow it down and look at the positioning and way that they're able to guard the ball along with applying pressure. Here you'll see the ball gets brought out and they're able to position themselves. You see the high side of the floor, they're loading that gap, trying to apply pressure there, but people on the weak side and low, you're loading that box early, trying to make it difficult to get good paint touches and good looks around the rim. They're forcing a tough layup. Here we're going to get another look transition. They do a great job at running back, and then we'll see another example of positioning. Here, A'ja Wilson doing a great job. Kelsey Plum on the backside also. High side is in that gap, making the passing lane difficult. They're up into the ball, doing a terrific job at all 3 levels of the defense. To talk a little bit more about the help side, they were a top 10 paint defense this past season. 10th in field goals attempted, 2nd in 2-point field goal percentage, and 1st in blocks in the WNBA, showing how good that they were at protecting the paint. But it all was so good because they were able to apply so much pressure to the ball from the 1st and 2nd levels, and then the 3rd level was able to zone up and be in position to go make plays happen. You can see in these clips that they did a great job at applying pressure to their ability. They weren't afraid to show blitzes, send multiple bodies to the ball from the gaps. Here we'll see an example. The ball gets in the corner. That's a trap hole area of the floor. 2 girls were sent to the ball. They zoned up in the paint, forced a 3. A huge reason why that they were so good this season was their gap activity. Here we'll have a great example by Kelsey Plum. She's sitting at the nail, preventing a paint touch from there, stunts at the ball heavily, is able to run out, still guard, and then you see them do a great job at continuing to apply pressure to the ball and also do what is necessary to protect the paint, whether it's peel switching, veer switching, early help, dropping behind the help, doing everything possible, but it all starts with great help from the gaps and great pressure from that 2nd level. They did a terrific job all season long going through the film, just the way that they're able to apply pressure at multiple levels, along with always having a zoned up backside to protect them at the rim when things did happen. They also understood when help was necessary at sending help, and they just did a great job overall. Next, let's talk a little bit about pick and roll defense. First and foremost, everything was switching. They were a switch heavy team. Every situation and possible way that they can switch, they wanted to first apply pressure and maintain connection to the ball. But secondly, they also switched to maintain matchups. Here we'll see a 77 ball screen action, and they're going to triple switch to prevent a big on a small in the middle of the lane, just to keep the matchups and still have pressure in the gaps on the ball, and then backside protection at the rim. But outside of that, typically with their 5s, they liked showing and applying hedges and applying pressure to the ball. This was equivalent to kind of their blitzing in the corners, blitzing past half court, just to show bodies at the point of attack and make it more difficult for a ball handler to go downhill and make a play happen. This defense was so good because everybody understood their role. They played with energy. They were connected. They were communicative. The way that they flew around, they applied pressure. They zoned up behind to help and protect the paint. Just did everything at all 3 levels to be a successful team defense. Lastly, we got to talk about the Aces zone defense. It is a matchup 2-3 amoeba zone that did a terrific job throughout the postseason so far and can be a tool going into the finals versus the Liberty. Here in this clip, we can see the alignment from the jump. It is a traditional 2-3 look, but as the possession goes, you see the matchup and amoeba-ness of the zone. It's so free-flowing, fluid. They apply their same principles from man to zone, where they want to apply heavy ball pressure. They want to protect the nail, zone up on the backside to protect the rim, and do everything possible to just make the ball uncomfy and not allow easy shots at the rim. Along with that, the same rules apply with closeouts. Close out hard, try to prevent open threes and in rhythm threes, and run them off the line, get them into the traffic, and make them make plays in the paint. The zone does a really good job at allowing there to be so much freedom of movement by the defense. The zone up matchup ability of 1 through 5 to understand their zone on the floor, but also communicate and be able to match up within their zones to allow balance, positioning, and prevent easy looks by the offense. This zone will be a great tool against the Liberty due to the amount of shooting, ball handling, and playmaking that they have between Sabrina Ionescu, Stewie, and so many other ladies on that team that are high-level players that can go make plays in a variety of ways. One other thing that they did within the zone is that there were some possessions where they showed zone at the beginning of this possession, whether it was ATO, start of game, start of half, and they switched immediately to man. But due to the matchup amoeba-ness of this zone, it isn't uncommon for them to end up matching up as possessions go on, late clock situations, thus and so forth. But at the end of the day, this can be a great tool to help the Aces get stops and potentially win the WNBA Finals. The Aces are in the WNBA Finals and have a chance to win it due to their defense, the way that they're so connected and energetic, along with having the attention to detail that is necessary. They do a great job at applying pressure, protecting the rim, and then they also have an elite zone defense that they can throw out there at times to throw a wrench at the offense. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something about the Aces, the WNBA, and I hope you guys enjoyed the WNBA Finals. But for more content like this, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you in the next one.